Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm here today with Katerina Voinova. She's the president of 147 branch of UNWLA, San Antonio and Austin in Texas. My name is Polina Shabarova and would like to talk to you about Katya's activism, what she's doing. She's a very famous community leader here in Austin, in the Ukrainian American community, and I would love to talk to her about what she is doing and how she is seeing success in what she does. Katya, hi.
Hi, Paulina. Nice to see you today. Happy to be here, share my experience, maybe encourage other people to step up and build communities, help them affect on this world to create better world for everyone.
Thank you. Yes, my idea was to create a series of videos and interviews with community leaders, female business leaders, activists to share their vision, their approach to connecting with people, to growing a business or an idea or a nonprofit. And you're a great example of one of these achievements. So could you share a bit more about what you do? How would you describe yourself and what's your main activity now?
So I'm a community leader. My current position is president of branch 147 of Ukrainian National Women's League of America.
Mm-hmm.
This is an organization that is 100 years old, operating in the United States, and we recently created a branch for Austin and San Antonio. It's
Mm-hmm.
exactly 1 year of our branch.
Mm-hmm.
So how I feel, this is what my activity name. How I feel myself as a, like a part of big family, maybe some like auntie of this big Ukrainian family in Austin and San Antonio who is coming and gathering people together for
Mm-hmm.
events and family dinners and discussing plans, building plans, discovering like dreams and
Mm-hmm.
having good time together. This is how
Mm-hmm.
I feel myself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, can I add from my point of view? Yes, I see you as a clay and also fuel of the community. Because I remember those early days 3 years ago when the full-scale invasion started, and remember how we were all trying to self-organize and connecting and encouraging each other to go set up the first rally, to sew the flags and do
Mm.
something and start fundraising. And then it all kind of settled down within a few months. So we saw smaller communities of people who organized in their areas of expertise, right? There were someone who were better with some medical
Yeah,
action,
yeah.
right? Others
Everyone
were
found their place in these
fundraising.
systems. It's amazing, right?
Yes. And you, with some other leaders, just came to the front of the community event organization of the rallying and those weekly rallies that have been going on
Yeah.
since the very beginning. And it's so great that we have, like a team and specific people who are keeping us all
That's true.
organized.
Yeah, I was feeling like so lonely and miserable at that time, and I understood that everyone feels the same way. None of us knew what to do, but at least when somebody gets an initiative and saying, "Okay, we cannot prevent this war, we cannot stop missiles, but at least we can go in front of the Texas State Capitol and show up our position." Involve more Americans to support Ukrainian questions, Ukrainian legislation.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, at least it was me and other team who were showing this for people like a way to act. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it helped me a lot, First of all, it was for me healing my soul at that time. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy that other people also felt that way, that we need to do something, at least something.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I agree. And it's important to keep people focused on what we need to be doing, right? And what we need to keep in mind and moving to a specific goal, the common goal. But also, how do you manage staying focused and keeping people focused and also managing all those multitasking? Because you're involved in several organizations, right? It's
Yes, that's
UNWMA,
true.
it's Liberty Ukraine Foundation, it's the Ukrainian school that you started here in Austin for the kids. I'm
Yeah,
sure there are more. How do you
yeah,
manage?
as well, I'm part of Taxes for Ukraine initiatives who works with refugees, and I'm on a board of Ukrainian church, that non-profit that starts, like,
Mm-hmm.
supports Ukrainian church in Austin.
Mm-hmm. That's rivalry.
Like, multitasking is a part of my life all the time. I think it's just average woman who has kids and like doing work, family, socializing. We need to know how to multitask. So it's a part of my character, you know. I'm not sure you can. I'm not sure you can learn how to multitask in the way I'm doing that. I'm happy that I know how to multitask.
Yeah,
I'm
I think
doing,
it's.
I'm just using some tools, you know. Of course, I have a full calendar. I'm writing down everything not to forget, right? Like, I'm scheduling calls with fellow activists to discuss agenda for some event. And yeah, it's not like only me. A lot of people who are coordinating projects, they are super involved, and they are reminding me if I forgot something, if they need my participation in some like
Mhm.
particular project. So eh, yeah, it's hard to stay focused. However, like, if you are doing something that you're really passionate about, it's always in your mind.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah, and also think that it's a way special way of thinking when you can see the big picture because some people are best focusing on something small and very like tactical, right? Some other people can generate ideas and like raise up
Yeah.
voices and encourage others and see the big picture and unite it all in one movement. I think that's something that like every person has their unique talent.
Yes, this is, yeah. It's not, I mean, like, you didn't say that, but sometimes I hear that people oppose, like, people who are focused on details and people who see the bigger picture. But to be honest, like, I really like this focus on details. And I super appreciate people who help me with details because I'm not really good in it.
Yeah.
So everyone has something to bring on a plate, right, for the common goal.
Yes, and that's also a skill and great, great talent and achievement on your side, right? To bring the best of people and unite those different people with different specialties, right? Different expertise that can
Yeah,
come
yeah, that's
together.
true. That's true.
That's cool.
I'm just enjoying how people are different, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes people are not enjoying, and I totally understand when you want a calm environment around you, you just want to be surrounded by people who shares like the same vision as you. But I'm like enjoying the house of different people, you know. I'm enjoying this vibe when you have different opinions around and different lifestyles. You can get something for yourself. You can share something from yourself. And this is how this life stays interesting and
Mm-hmm.
vibrant. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Also, you're the leader of online communities, right? And Facebook group and Instagram and Telegram chats. So you're
Yeah. Yeah.
a lot of
Those.
things. How would you characterize maybe the whole audience that you are working with, like this local Ukrainian American community for the events or this online community, some foreign supporters? They're all different, as we said, but
Yeah. Yeah.
there's something that unites them since they're all a part of this big movement. How would you name this community or your audience that you're working with? This is like in business, right? We're targeting specific audience.
Yeah, who is
And
my target
same,
audience?
same here, because you're reaching
I
out
think
to
these are, of course, Ukrainians and friends of Ukraine from American supporters, people who are interested in culture and history as well, and people who is exploring. Why not? Like, maybe, like not maybe. I definitely know that like 6, 7 years ago in West Texas, people didn't know what is Ukraine, and
where
they
it is.
just assumed it's some third world country. They asked my friend from West Texas if she knows what is pizza, and she's like, okay, okay. I'm not offended. I just will educate you. So this is what we are doing, right? Like in our events, in our social media pages, we are
Mhm.
sharing with people who doesn't know where is Ukraine, like what's Ukraine history, what's background of Ukrainians. We are sharing this. We are making new friends. We are sharing with people who is interested in our impressions, our feelings about Ukraine. So I would say my audience is open-minded people
Mhm.
who is interested in Ukraine and Ukraine's history. So I would describe these are one Ukrainians from diaspora. Second is Ukrainian Americans with like deep roots in the region. And
Mhm.
third, these are Americans who wants to know more about Ukraine.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, and who are open to learning and understanding what's going on and why it has
Of
happened,
course,
right?
yes.
And what
It's
side to take.
yeah, I think sides already are taken, right?
Clear.
And at
Hopeful.
this point, we will not see like if person sides aggressor in this point. I'm not sure we can do something. I'm not sure we can like cook that magical borscht to make that person change
Bring them on
their
our side.
opinion. Yeah, mostly it's about like continuing engaging those people who are on our side to participate, to be active, to be visible, to be heard in their support for Ukraine.
Mhm. Yeah, I agree. I also think that there is certain group of people who are like not active supporters yet, but they're not on the side of aggressor either, right? They are like watching, observing. I had a recent conversation with a person who called himself a pacifist, and he was asking questions, and he was really interested to learn more like insider stories that I could share about my journey, about how I got, why I left Crimea because it got occupied, right? And
Yeah.
how my parents were saving their lives for the second time because they moved from Crimea to Bucha and then they had to evacuate again. Some insider stories of how Maidan was happening with our eyes from inside the country. And they were very open to learning more. And then they, even though they're not an active supporter, part of group, right? Those people can still be more in favor of Ukraine, and we can keep
Yes, I remember we went to Quaker Church to meeting, and they are pacifists there, and but they are not gonna, of course, they are not gonna vote for military aid for Ukraine. However, when you come and like meet face to face people and tell your stories, they are more compassionate to your grief about war in Ukraine, right? And
Mhm.
they they become just your, not close but friends. And I think on the level like of their understanding what is good, they will be supporting us as well.
Mhm.
So yeah, just each person does what they think is best, and
Right,
that's okay.
right. The main idea is to keep doing what you're doing, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I have a question about your childhood. Have you seen yourself as a community leader or a person who is doing what she's doing now back in your childhood when you were little? Have you seen yourself as a
Yeah, so
or
when we discussed this previously, I remember this story and decided to share it with you. When I was in daycare, like 2 years old, I don't know why and how, but I remember this clearly, like it was yesterday. I
Mhm,
gathered kids around myself and like I was creating stories about we all being from one family and eagles brought us to our current families, but we are here together. I don't know
as
why I'm so
Ukrainians?
family oriented. I don't know why. Maybe something affected me. Maybe it's somewhere in the blood, like being
Mhm,
this family oriented.
mhm,
But yes, I definitely was at that time building community around myself and giving them values, sharing with them my values and asking, okay, if you can share this value, let's
mhm,
be together under this
mhm,
umbrella, under our common interest. So I definitely, so how do you call it? I served as a class. Leader in school
mhm.
and at the university. It's a part of my life, integral part, I would say. It's not something I cannot imagine myself not building communities around. It's my passion.
That's yeah. That's a great example of how you're letting your talents shine through at the early age, and then it's just taking different forms, right, through different and the needs of the community. That's
That's
cool.
true. Yes, that's true.
That's cool.
Um, yeah, especially when you're a kid, you're so open to everything. It was a great experience and easy at that time. It's not as easy with older people. However,
Mhm,
like the main thing is to find value we all share and agree on working for that good together. So.
mhm, mhm. So the next question comes naturally. What's your vision for your activity as it is today, in the future, like in a few years, in a year even? How do you see it growing or transforming? What's the goal and what's the vision?
It's a lot of work to do in the United States with Ukrainian community. Unfortunately, before 2014, most of Ukrainians identified themselves as Russian speaking, at least, or even Russians. So it was not separate Ukrainian community. I believe here, maybe here and there, Canada or Chicago can they probably had uh, like Ukrainian community because of the numbers, right? But in Texas, even when I moved in 2019, yeah, it was not like it was.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hear a lot of Ukrainian language, and I was speaking Russian at the time. That's why maybe I was not searching.
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah, but since 2014 and 2022, I they forcefully identified us as Ukrainians, right? We cannot identify anymore as other nations because we have work to do with our nation.
Mm-hmm.
So communities started growing and considering the examples of other communities that are strongly represented in the United States, I just feel this is what needs to be our goal. We need
Mm-hmm.
to have strong Ukrainian community, ideally in every state in the United States. My dream is to build Ukrainian cultural center so we can continue
Mm-hmm.
expanding Ukrainian culture, bringing Ukrainian art, like visual art, I mean, and showing Ukrainian music.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's ideally, but it's not. Uh, it can be reached because, as we see on other communities like Asian community, you can definitely see these places belongs to Asian community, right?
Mm-hmm.
The same as Jewish communities, they have their centers where they learn language, history, and
Mhm.
ideally for us to reach at least like a place where we can grow and
Mhm.
nutrient Ukrainian culture and to pass it to our future generations here
Mhm.
in diaspora in United States.
Mhm. Mhm. Thank you. That's great vision. And also, I think a part of what is happening and maybe moving towards it is those Ukrainian advocacy days in the United States and Washington, D.C., in the capital, where the whole community is gathering and all the activists are coming from
Yes.
different states, including
Yes, that's
Alaska.
amazing. I was leader a few times, leader of Texas delegation, co-lead
Mhm.
of the delegation,
Mhm.
and the amount of people we see there. I think this time it was like all states in Capitol Hill.
Mhm.
So that's amazing how Ukrainians became active, how prominent, bright people took their places as a community leaders.
Mhm.
And this brings hope we can be united under this goal to build Ukrainian cultural, influential places in every state
Mhm.
so we can bring culture to Americans to introduce Ukraine, and as well, it can be a safe place for Ukrainians to find people who think alike, who share the same values.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, I agree. Because culture is a universal language that reaches out and speaks across
Yeah,
the
especially
borders.
art and music, you know. It's
Mhm.
even Starbucks now selling their cups with
Yeah,
Ukrainian
I see that.
artist print.
Mhm.
So that's amazing how culture can be um, blended into another environment and bring something great, right? To
Extra value.
enrich other
Mhm.
culture. We
Mhm.
need to see more collabs like that.
Mhm. Agree. Agree. Is Ukrainian school in Austin for the kids a part of this vision for your Ukrainian
Of course,
Cultural
yeah.
Center?
Ukrainian school was like the only logical project when we started Ukrainian school in
Mm.
2022. It was so needed. We got a lot of refugee kids who just needed to be in a safe space at that time, and
Mhm.
we were feeling that we need to have a place where our Ukrainian kids from diaspora can as well come and communicate about Ukraine because American friends at that time they couldn't understand what's going on and they were not politically enlightened
Mhm.
and like historically of course not unfortunately and we just needed that place and me and Natalia Havrishko at that time we went to amazing Trinity Episcopal School who offered us their premises at weekends to have our kids around
Mhm.
to be together to support each
Mhm.
other and this is like the huge project I wish it grows, I wish it develops. We need more projects like this. We need Ukrainian language for older Ukrainians, you know.
Yes. Yes.
We just need this project as well. Like for now, we are working with kids but there is like a huge, huge amount of opportunities.
Mhm. Mhm. That's great. I hope that it grows steadily and turns into the
Yes.
vision that you have for it.
We also need Ukrainian language for Americans and keeping getting requests about like people wanting to learn Ukrainian.
Just last week at Daha Bracha concert, I met a lady who was sitting next to me. She was American. And she asked me at the end if I was Ukrainian and if she could connect to me on Facebook because she wanted to practice Ukrainian since she
Okay,
finished a
that's
course
good.
in Duolingo. And then I sent her contact details of a teacher who could help her. Then I shared a post at UT. Just recently, I saw that there is a
Yes.
new course launched, Introductory Ukrainian for foreigners. So she was very happy, and but that's how we're
Yes,
growing community in Americans.
yeah, that's amazing. We will grow a community so everyone can communicate in Ukrainian as well. Being bilingual doubles your chances to get something great, right?
Yes, or at least enrich your culture, right, and inner
Yes,
world. Hmm. Thank
that's
you.
true.
My last question, Kat, if you could share one piece of wisdom with the humanity, let's think big, with all the people in the world, and you knew that they are gonna listen and hear you, and this could change the world to the better, what would it be? What would you say?
I would say, like, when you do something, just pretend you are on opposite place. Just do
What do you?
something with the way you would want this to be done to you,
Hmm.
and just try to imagine the motivation of a person you are dealing with. Use your compassion,
Hmm.
and yeah, stay humane. This is
Hmm.
necessary in this world, when you just need to feel this world as a part of the big. You need to feel yourself in this world as a part of this big system.
Family.
And when you understand we all are connected, this
Hmm.
brings more love, more kindness, more understanding to this world.
Thank you. Thank you. I think it brings back the idea of you seeing us all as part of a family, as a big family,
Yes,
right?
it's just big extended family.
Yes, of like-minded people. And it's also what you said of trying to feel other people and get in their shoes, right?
Yes,
Trying to understand them. It's the basic principle of ethical marketing as well, right? So you need to see what other people need and how you could help them.
yes,
To do
yes.
this, you need to, yeah, try to get in their shoes and see it with their own eyes. That's beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Paulina. It was such a great conversation. You
Thank you,
got
Kat.
such a right questions. I will have the whole day thinking about questions you asked me. Thank you so much. I was so happy to see you today.
Thank you too. Thank you for sharing your wisdom and what you do. Good luck with your vision, and I'm sure it turns into a reality pretty soon.
Yes, just pass into the universe our request and let's see which opportunities we can meet on our way, right?
Right. And doing the work.
Yes, in doing the work, of course, yeah. When we see that opportunity, nothing comes by itself. Okay, bye.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.